Now we will see class 12 Sociology chapter 8 Social Movements part 5. 8.5 Class based movements. Peasant movements. Peasant movements or agrarian struggles have taken place from the pre-colonial days. The movements in the period between 1858 and 1914 tended to remain localized, disjointed and confined to a particular grievance. Well known are the Bengal Revolt of 1859 to 62 against the indigo plantation system and the Deccan Revolt of 1857 against the money lenders. Some of these issues continued into the following period and under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi became partially linked to the independence movement. For instance, the Bardoli Satyagraha (1928) Surat district, a non-tax campaign as a part of the nationwide non-cooperative movement, a campaign of refusal to pay land revenue under the Champaran Satyagraha (1917 to 18) directed against the indigo plantations. In the 1920s, the protest movements against the forest policies of the British government and the local rulers arose in certain regions. Recall our discussion on structural changes in chapter 1. Between 1920 and 1940, the peasant organizations arose. The first organization to be founded was the Bihar Provincial Kisan Sabha (1929) and in 1936 the All India Kisan Sabha. The peasants organized by the Sabhas demanded the freedom from economic exploitations for the peasants, workers and other exploited classes. At the time of independence, we had the two most classic cases of peasant movements, namely the Telebaga movement in 1946-7 and the Telangana movement 1946-51. The first was the struggle of the sharecroppers in Bengal in North Bihar for the two-thirds share of their produce instead of the customary half. It had the support of Kisan Sabha and the Communist Party of India (CPI). The second directed against the feudal conditions in princely state of Hyderabad and was led by the CPI. Certain issues which had dominated colonial times changed after independence. For land reforms, Zamindari oblations, declining the importance of land revenue and public credit system began to alter the rural areas. The period after 1947 was characterized by two major social movements, the Naxalite struggle and the New Farmers movement. The Naxalite movement started from the region of Nazalbari in 1967 in Bengal. The central problem for the peasants was land. You have a clear understanding of the short divisions within the agrarian structure in rural India from chapter 4, boxes 1 and 2 provide the two brief accounts of the movement. Here they give the activity 8.7. Find out more about the Naxal movement. 1. The early years. 2. The current phase. 3. The issues. 4. The mode of protest. Discuss and go back to the chapter 4 and identify what would you be the social causes responsible for the movement. Here the box 8.7. The Zulgari subdivision peasants, Siliguri subdivision peasants conference proved to be a great success. The peasants, quickened and strengthened by the earlier millet struggle, looked forward expectantly. Faces deadened and dulled with the grinding routine of the labor on the Judar's field in the sun and rain glowed with the hope and understanding. According to the Kanu Sanyal's later climbs from the March 1967 to April 1967, all the villagers were organized. From 15,000 to 20,000 peasants were enrolled as whole-time activities. The peasants' committees were formed in early village and they were transformed into armed guards. They soon occupied the land in the name of the peasants' committees and burned all land records which had been used to cheat them of their dues, cancelled all the hypothecary debts and passed the death sentence on the oppressive landlords and formed the armed bonds by looting the guns from landlords and armed themselves with them conventional weapons like bows, arrows and spears and set up the parallel administration to look after the village. Source: Sumantara Banerjee, Naxalbari and the left movement in this movement, Ghanshyam Shah, Social Movements and the State, Sage, Delhi 2002, Box 8.2. The Gurlerian movement were heralded by the forcible cutting of the crabs from the land of the rich landlord at the Garuda near the Modapattu in the plains areas on the 24th November 1968. More significant was the action in the hill tracts the next day, when in Pedagotil village of the Parvatipuram agency area, about 250 Girijans from the several villages armed with the bows, arrows and spears railed the house of the landlord cum money lender and took the possession of his loaded paddy, rice, other food grains and property worth about rupees 20,000. They also seized documents. Exercise the book for box 8.7 and 8.8. Read the box 8.7 and 8.8 carefully. Identify the issues and tactics. Many of the agrarian problems persist in the contemporary India. Chapter 4 has discussed these in detail. The Naxal movement is a growing force even today. The so-called New Farmers movement began in 1970s in Punjab and Tamil Nadu. These movements were regionally organized, were non-party and they involved farmers rather than the peasants. In bracket, farmers are said to be market involved as both commodity producers and purchasers. The basic ideology of the movement was strongly anti-state and anti-urban. The focus of demand were the price and related issues. In bracket, for example, price procurement and renovative prices, the prices for agricultural input, taxation, non-repayment of loans, the novel methods of education were used. Blocking of the roads and railways, refusing the politicians and brokerates entry to the village and so on. It has been argued that the farmers' movements had propounded their agenda of ideology and include the environment and the women issues. Therefore, they can be seen as a part of worldwide new social movements. Thank you. Sharing is caring. Comment your thoughts. Subscribe for more knowledge.